Hi, Sifu Nathan Head here. Welcome back. This is video number 4 in this free video series. It's an introduction to the flow state program. Now, the flow state program is something that I've created through the gifts that have been given to me by many teachers. Firstly, Mantak Chia, who is the creator and founder of the Universal Healing Tao and is the Taoist master that I've practiced with for the last 14 years. I've also studied the heart math techniques and foundation, the movement from California. A lot of the science that I'm going to talk to you about is from them and people associated with them, as well as other biologists and things that are starting to come out about these practices now that more people are studying them and trying to find the science that goes along with them. And of course, I've been practicing the Chinese martial arts now for nearly 23 or 4 years. I started Kung Fu in my early 20s. I practiced Judo before that from the age of about 10. And my journey in martial arts has given me many other techniques which I've added into the flow state program. Hard Qigong, Qigong that's directly from our Kung Fu system, Tendon Nigong, and a lot of other stuff that I've been able to add in to create the flow state program. So as this is an introduction to it, I wanted to give you a little bit more information on what you can do with these techniques. Now, the Heart Math Foundation have found that the heart has the ability to have a coherent field or an incoherent field. Now, if you are not aware of the heart's electromagnetic field, I suggest you get on Google and type in the heart's magnetic field right now, and you'll see this picture of the heart's electromagnetic field. Now, it can be measured outside of the body by up to 3 meters. Some say that it may extend even further than that by up to 5 meters. Now, some of the research on the heart's electromagnetic field and the way it reads and is interacting with our environment is absolutely crazy. It's really good information for all humans to understand how we're literally walking around, bumping into each other, affecting each other with our own heart's field. And we have the ability to engage with people with a coherent, which is great, or an incoherent, which is bad, state of this field. I'll take it even further. There is only 3 emotions which have been found to be able to change your heart's field from an incoherent state to a coherent state. Do you want to have a guess at one of those 3? 1, we've already done it, gratitude. 2nd, love. 3rd, compassion. Now, out of those 3 virtues or emotions, I like to call them virtues because it's something that we can aspire to radiate and be. Gratitude is something that most of us will be able to find and generate. Love, maybe if we're feeling really unbalanced or out of whack, we might have trouble experiencing a love or being able to generate a feeling of love. So if you can't do the love, then we start with the gratitude. But I think most of us would be able to visualize or imagine what it would be like. Visualize and think about what it would be like to be surrounded by love. You know, if you just think about that for a second, how does that make you feel? Forget what you have going on in your life now. Think about what it would be like to just be surrounded by a feeling of love. Right? So if you take that technique that we just completed and we take the feeling of breathing into the heart and creating that feeling of gratitude, now what I want you to do is visualize that feeling of gratitude or that virtue of gratitude, and if you're up to the love, then great. Radiating this love or gratitude out into your heart's electromagnetic field. Balancing and creating this coherence within your system. Now, in the flow state program, I focus on giving you techniques and also a little bit of homework so that you can attach these techniques. We call them anchoring techniques. Anchoring techniques to situations that you know that you find stressful or that create imbalance or negative emotions for you. So I've already shown you some breathing technique, the abdominal breathing, and I've already shown you the simple inner smile. So what I want you to do right now is write down on a piece of paper a couple of situations where you would normally experience negative emotions or things that throw you out of balance and out of whack. So I want you to write those things down, and then I want you to write beside them whether you're going to do abdominal breathing or whether you're going to try the simple heart smile in order to try and target or tack these techniques onto situations which you find stressful. Now, imagine that you have a meeting at work. You have to do a presentation, and you normally find that kind of thing both scary and stressful. Now, you can do these techniques before you enter into that situation. So you're creating coherence and this beautiful, nice, balanced field for yourself before you go into that situation. Now, again, I said I was going to tell you a little bit more about the science. So I've told you about the heart's electromagnetic field and the way in which we engage with others around us with this field is super important. But the other thing about this coherent field is that when we shift from incoherence to coherence in the heart's field, it shifts us from the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic nervous system as well. Again, what does this do? It increases the blood flow. When we shift to the parasympathetic nervous system, we create relaxation. We create better blood flow, better digestion. Our sexual energy levels rise. All of the benefits that we experience from the parasympathetic nervous system become whole, you might say. More importantly though, when we're in the sympathetic nervous system and our body is releasing cortisol and epinephrine and these really bad hormones and chemicals into the body, which over a sustained period of time create disease and also terrible sleeping patterns. And if you're out there and you're experiencing insomnia and you are waking up in the middle of the night, then it's generally because of imbalance in your organ systems, and it will be through imbalance from being in the sympathetic nervous system for too long, and the half-life, which means how long do these chemicals stay in your bloodstream, is 24 hours. And there's no way to switch them off or get rid of them. So if you're going through a daily effect where the stress levels on a daily basis, then you're basically never ever fully getting the cortisol and the epinephrine out of your system, which obviously is not cool. So I encourage you to do a little bit of research on your own about the sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system. I don't want to make these videos too long and go on and on and on. I just want to give you enough to cling on to and enough to motivate you to do more of the technique. Now, what I want you to do now is go back, practice the simple inner smile, smiling into the heart, breathing into the heart, generate a feeling of gratitude and love. Let that radiate out into the air around you, into this coherent field. And then of course, remember to bring your intention and awareness back down into the navel. Good. You can switch off the video now, go back and do the simple inner smile. See you in the next video.